Hi Tartans! Today I'm going to show you how to use Noodletools. Noodletools is an online web tool that students use to organize their research. At St. Margaret's, students in middle school and high school use Noodletools quite a bit. Today we're just going to get started with Noodletools. I'm going to show you how to log on. I'm going to show you how to cite a book, and you're going to get to practice that. So let's go ahead and get started. You need to be at the Noodletools website, www.noodletools.com. You can type that in, or you could Google Noodletools and it will take you to this page as well. Then over on the left-hand side, there's the login button, so you're going to click on that. It's going to ask for your username and password. So you'll need to type in your school username and your school password. Let me do that right now. Then you're going to hit sign in. I think if it's the first time you're logging on, you're going to have extra screen right in the beginning to set up some personal information. So you'll need to do that and then hit save probably, and it will take you to this screen. As you can see, we're in the Projects tab at the top of the screen. Since this is the first time you've logged into Noodletools, there are no projects listed. Eventually, you will have a long list of projects as you do more research at the school and create more Noodletools projects. But since this is your first time, we're going to go ahead and start a new project. So click on New Project. And then you need to set it up by creating a project title. So for this project, I'm going to go ahead and put a report on character book. For citation style and citation level, your teacher will tell you what they want you to put. So you always need to ask your teacher at this point. For this assignment, I'm going to tell you to use the MLA citation style, and I'm going to ask that you do a starter citation level. And then once you have those clicked, go ahead and submit. Once you've created a project, then you'll move to the dashboard. Okay? So you'll see that your project title is going to be up on the top. Your dashboard is kind of where you get organized. So it asks for the project details. You can share and collaborate through Noodletools from the dashboard. And then it also gives you a place to put some to-dos. So we're going to leave a lot of this blank today. As you use Noodletools more and more often, we'll fill these things in. The only thing I want you to do on this page is share the project. So you're going to click on share with a project inbox, and you're going to share it with me. I've created an inbox. If you type in the word character, it should pop up. There it is. So you click on that. And then if you could type in your name, that would allow me to see which student has turned in the work. So go ahead and type in your first and last name, please, and then hit done. What you've just done by sharing this project is it allows me to come in and look at your work and make comments. After you share, we're going to move over to our sources page. Now that we're on our sources page, we're ready to cite our sources. So citing your sources means creating a citation using Noodletools for every source or resource that you use. So it can be books, it could be websites, it could be magazines, so on and so forth. So we're using just one book, so we're going to just create one citation on our sources page. Right here, you're going to start off by creating a new citation. And the very first thing Noodletools does is asks you a few questions so it can get you to the right template. So the first question is, where is it? So if you think about our resource, it's a story. So it's asking, where is that story? Is it in a database? Is it on a website? Is it in print or in my hand? Or is it in a file, an app, or an ebook? So if you think about our character trait books, they were print books. We held them in our hand. So you're going to click print or in hand. And then it asks, what is it? So it knows, based on print or in hand, it knows that there are a few different things that can be in that format. And our character trait books are, of course, books. So you're going to click on that. And Noodletools asks you those questions so it can bring up the appropriate template to help you get your citation in the right format. Now that you're moving into citing sources in a particular format, we have chosen MLA format. You need to understand that there's certain rules that dictate how that citation will look. So up here on the top, this is the formatting guide for a book in print. So there's an order and there's punctuation to be figured out as well. So Noodletools will take care of all of that and make it look like this if you fill in the template. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to be doing the empty pot for my example. So we have our role, we pull down, we know the author of our books. The author is Demi. If it's a one-word author, Demi is one of those, you're going to use it as the last name. Okay. We're going to add another contributor because we also know for many of our books the illustrator. So I'm going to click on illustrator, and again, it's Demi, so I'm only going to put in the last name. Obviously, if you know the first name of your authors, you're going to put them in. If you know the middle name or even a middle initial, you could put that in too. But I only know last name, so that's what I'm putting. Then it asks for the title of the book. And notice this has a little asterisk. That means that you have to put something in this box. I want to pause to just let you know that whenever you click in a field or a box, Noodletools gives you help with what you should be including. So this says for the title of the book to capitalize the first letter of the first word, the last word, and the subtitle, and all the principal words. If you're not sure what a principal word is, you can click on it and it gives you even more help to help you get it exactly right in the perfect format. So I'm going to type in the empty and pot. Then I'm going to click on the next box and continue through. You might remember that the publisher for this was Henry Holt and Company. Okay. Again, if I wasn't quite sure what to write, I would go ahead and look at my help. Same thing with year. And then publication city. So you might recall that we didn't have you write down publication city. And we didn't because, as you can see here, normally in a citation you would leave this blank. There's a few exceptions, but normally we'd leave this blank. So for this project, we're definitely leaving it blank. Once you have your template filled in, you scroll down. There's a place for an annotation. Your teachers will tell you if they want you to put an annotation. That could be a summary of the book. It could be a little bit of a book review or opinion of the resource. But for this assignment, we're just going to leave this blank and we're going to hit submit. So once we hit submit, you can see it takes us back to our sources page, and now you can see that we do indeed have one source listed. This is the one that we've just completed. So what Noodletools does for you is when you fill in a template, it puts it in the right format. So it has our author, it has our italicized title with periods in between, who the illustrator is, the publisher, and the date. So this is what we call, in this case, MLA format. Is in that order with that punctuation. If we saw a mistake at this point, we could go over to options and we could fix it right here by clicking on edit. But this looks good to me, so we're going to go ahead and keep it. When you're done, you're going to log out. It will save it, so you don't need to worry about hitting another save button, and then just go ahead and log out.